Adrian Monk wasn't your average detective. Haunted by tragedy, driven by obsession, and blessed with unmatched brilliance. He solved cases others couldn't even begin to crack. But Monk's genius also put him face to face with some of the most chilling villains television has ever produced. These weren't just criminals. They were masterminds, manipulators, and monsters hiding in plain sight. Each one tested Monk, not only in his detective work, but in his spirit, his patience, and sometimes even his sanity. Today, we're counting down 10 Monk villains that'll give you chills. From smiling killers to corrupt judges, from poisoned cups of tea to bombs that shattered Monk's world. These are the enemies that left scars on the world's greatest obsessive-compulsive detective. And trust me, by the time we get to number 1, you'll understand why some villains linger in your memory long after the credits roll. 10. Joey Crenshaw, the charming killer. Some killers frighten you with violence. Others frighten you with their smile. Joey Crenshaw was the kind of man people wanted to trust. Charismatic, smooth-talking, even likable. But underneath that polished exterior was a ruthless manipulator who could take a life without hesitation. He reminded us of a terrifying truth. Sometimes evil doesn't look like a monster. Sometimes it looks like a friend who buys you a drink, shakes your hand, and stabs you in the back when you least expect it. Nine. Marcy Maven, the obsessed superfan. Marcy Maven wasn't your typical killer. She wasn't motivated by greed or power, but by obsession. Her fixation on Monk crossed the line from admiration into something unsettling, even dangerous. While Marcy provided moments of awkward humor, there was always a shadow underneath, an obsessive devotion that made viewers squirm. She was proof that not all villains carry weapons. Some carry fandom to frightening extremes. 8. Frank Nunn, the hitman who changed everything. Frank Nunn may not have had the charm or screen time of others on this list, but his impact was devastating. He was the man who planted the bomb that killed Trudy Monk. Cold, professional, and faceless in his cruelty, Nunn represented the randomness of violence. His actions defined Monk's trauma and shaped the entire series. He wasn't just another criminal. He was the spark that ignited Monk's lifelong obsession with justice. Seven. Trevor McDowell, the ruthless executive. In the world of business, money rules, but Trevor McDowell proved that greed could turn deadly. A powerful executive, McDowell wasn't above silencing anyone who threatened his empire. His polite corporate exterior hid a predator who saw murder as just another deal to close. Villains like McDowell remind us that sometimes the scariest monsters wear suits, shake hands, and smile for the camera. Six. Ray Caspo, the crooked cop. A badge is supposed to mean protection, honor, and trust. But Ray Caspo shattered that image. A dirty cop who abused his power for personal gain. Caspo blurred the line between protector and predator. Watching Monk outwit him was satisfying, but it also left a bitter chill. Because when the villain hides behind a uniform, who can you really trust? 5. Ellen Morse, the friendly foe. Ellen Morse entered the series as someone seemingly kind, even helpful. But as Monk unraveled the truth, her mask slipped. She was calculated, manipulative, and willing to betray trust to get what she wanted. Her story reminded us of a chilling truth. Evil doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it greets you with a smile at your door. Four. Dale the Whale Biederbeck, the criminal mastermind. Dale the Whale was unlike any villain Monk ever faced. Physically massive and confined to his bed, he seemed harmless at first. But appearances deceive. From that bed, Dale pulled strings, ordered hits, and orchestrated crimes like a puppet master. His booming voice and manipulative mind made him unforgettable. He didn't need mobility. He had power, money, and influence. He was proof that true evil doesn't always need to move to be terrifying. Three. Jack Monk Sr., the father who failed him. Not all villains left bodies behind. Some left scars you can't see. Jack Monk Sr., Adrian's estranged father, abandoned his family and left emotional wounds that shaped the detective's entire life. His betrayal was quieter than murder, but no less painful. For Monk, confronting his father wasn't about solving a crime. It was about facing the deepest wound of his past. Two. Ambrose's rival, the neighbor from hell. Sometimes evil doesn't come with guns and knives. Sometimes it comes with a knock on the wall. Ambrose, Monk's reclusive brother, faced his own villain in the form of a hostile neighbor. The psychological warfare between them was intimate and terrifying. No murder weapon needed, just cruelty, pettiness, and relentless harassment. Proof that sometimes the scariest villains live next door. One. Judge Ethan Rickover, the ultimate betrayal. At the top of our list is Judge Ethan Rickover, not just because of his crimes, but because of his connection to Adrian Monk's deepest wound. Rickover orchestrated Trudy Monk's death, setting into motion the tragedy that defined Adrian's life. His abuse of power, his lies, his cold manipulation, all of it came crashing down in a final confrontation that left fans shaken. He wasn't just a villain in Monk's story. He was the villain. The shadow that haunted Monk from the very first episode to the last. So there you have it. 10 villains from Monk that gave us chills, nightmares, and unforgettable television. Now we want to hear from you. Which Monk villain scared you the most? And which one do you think was the most brilliant? Drop your answers in the comments below. And if you love chilling villain breakdowns, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another countdown. Until next time, stay sharp, stay safe, and remember, sometimes the most dangerous villains aren't strangers. They're the people standing right in front of you.